Hi, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, doing the trade review for Monday, February 2014. Excuse me, wow, I'm tired. February 24th, 2014. Look, today was really a kick-ass day, and one of the things, um, a couple of really important lessons came out of today, and I gear most of these for my coaching clients, and of course I share them with the general public so that you will learn from it and hopefully become better traders. Um, One of the things I'll do every single morning is I'll lay out, what are the outlines for having an open drive higher or open drive lower. So let's take a minute and go through that list real quick and see how many of those we can check off. The first one is, do we have a large opening bar or a series of up green bars on the first 15 minutes? And we achieved that. Does the first bar, is it respected? Does it hold the low of the day? We achieved that and it was respected quite clearly. The next question that we go through, right, was there any attempt at half gap or gap fill? And the answer is no to both of those. So very quickly, right, within that first couple of minutes, I could tell that we had a strong odds of having a trend day up, or at least a range extension. We really obviously didn't have trend day up because it failed towards the end of the day. So what is my goal, or what are my intentions when this happens? Well, when I'm first starting to work with a trader, the objective is, and really for any trader should be, not to get run over in these moves. Look, this is a move even after the gap, right? From 1838 almost to 1857. This is a monster move, almost 19 points. Okay, and that's the kind of thing that with retail traders, they'll keep coming in over and over and over and getting pounded again and again and again. And it's a terrible, terrible thing to see how much money can get lost and how badly an account can get damaged, right, by over trading a day like today, by over committing. And there's one or two ways to handle this that I always go through. First of all, and my basic rules for trading calls for, if I get two stops back to back, right, I stop trading for the day. Technically, if I just followed my rules absolutely blindly and was unable to make any kind of assertion that we were having an open drive higher, this would have been my first stop, and then I might have gotten my 2 points here depending on where I entered, or I got stopped right here. But at any rate, there was good odds I had two stops back to back here if I didn't make any kind of change to my normal trading plan. That being said, if you'll look on the Twitter stream or on StockTwitch, you'll see that at 8 minutes into the open, I said I identified this as an open drive higher, and immediately that should have triggered don't short, just like that. Okay, that should have saved a significant amount of money or led to a minimal amount of damage, one of the two. Secondly, there's no rotation into this zone. Look at this. This is basically, we opened at 1838. This is a 3-point rotation to the back of this zone. Why anyone was shorting this, it wasn't the white zone, is truly, truly, truly beyond me. Okay, so there was no need to take a loss here. There was no need to take a short trade there either. There's simply no rotation. And at this point, you should have already identified trend day up. Now, most of my guys, I don't know most of the guys, I'd go with about half the guys came back to me and said they flipped and went long as soon as they identified that particular trade, which was fantastic. I was very happy to hear that for them. And then the next part of that, the next part of it was that what I heard back from other clients was they simply didn't short. They didn't get crushed. Now, I personally, I flipped on this thing as soon as I saw that it was a open drive. I took it long. I took it long 2 times. I took it long here, and then I took it long again. I'm always talking about the zero tick trade. That's the zero tick trade right there, guys. First time I hit zero, that's right here, and looking to take it for a second ride to the upside. Both of them are fantastic trades. One other thing that I want to point out in my trading, if you remember about a week ago, I switched the time that I was starting my my market previews. And the reason for that was I was running right into the open and I was missing some significant trades that were very important to me. And I was missing some significant reads. So I made it a small adjustment. I adjusted it 15 minutes forward in time. That gave me time to kind of reflect and look and be prepared for the open, right? So being able to capture this day was the result of a couple of things. First of all, I had a trade plan to handle open drives and trend days up. That let me audible out of what my normal counter trade is. Number two, I made an adjustment to my pre-market activity, to my ritual, if you will, so that I can get done in time to get reset mentally to take advantage of early moves. These don't happen very often, but you don't have a lot of time, right? Basically, I had less than 10 minutes to figure that out, that we were having an open drive higher, and that would have been the difference between taking losses and making money. And the number three thing that I really feel that I accomplished quite well was that the ability, right, to alter off my normal trade plan is actually quite a big deal. Most people kind of get stuck with it. Well, I'm a counter trader. I counter trade, I counter trade, I counter trade. If you manage not to lose money, that was the first victory you had today. Or even if it was a very small amount of money that was lost, that's a victory. Okay? Because these days, this is an 18-point move. A lot of damage can happen in a very short period of time. Number two, if you took the next step and were able to make profit off of this trade, that was great. Now, some of my clients, right, they captured a small portion of this. They took 2 or 3 points, and they were extremely happy, as they should be. However, realize when you capture an open drive higher, many times you're going to have the opportunity to capture an extended move, right? And I only had a few guys that captured this whole move, but that's all right. You got to remember, most of the guys that I'm working with have gone from break-even traders or losing traders to now making money on a consistent basis. So it's just going to be part of an evolutionary process, right, of becoming a better trader. It's not an automatic overnight flip, right? You got to remember, the key element in trading is not your trading methodology, it's you. And developing yourself as a trader would be just like you would develop a tennis player or a soccer player or a executive. It takes time to understand the ins and outs and what the audibles are, and when it's appropriate to call those audibles and when it's not appropriate to call those audibles. So I would very much encourage you to not only be keeping a trading journal, but a cognitive journal. What changes are you making in your trade plan to adjust for, right, what you're experiencing in your trading? And B, look at your consistency. What is it that is in your winners? What are you doing that's consistent within those winning trades? And what is it that you're doing consistently within your losing trades to change those things? The other thing I want to point out, the time, I did mention time frame, right? 9:30 a.m. is generally a time for reversal to 11 a.m. period of time, and I'm tired, so I'm going to cut this short tonight. But if you look, prior to 9:30 a.m., right, this market drove up pretty hard. Then when we got to this 9:30 a.m. period, even if you chose to short at initial resistance, guess what? I have a rule there, and that rule would have saved anyone from getting run over. It's a time limit rule. It's generally 25 minutes in a zone, and you cover. If you stuck to that rule, you lost no money there. And then if you insisted on shorting, right, let's say you had a trade. Let's look at the worst case scenario. So you didn't short here, you shorted here. Well, if you shorted the front of the zone, you made your 2 points. If you shorted here, you made your 2 points. If you shorted in here even, you got break even. And then if you shorted this zone here, you obviously, because your stop is 2 points behind the zone, you had an opportunity to make a tremendous amount of money on the short side. That being said, I wasn't focused at all on the shorts. I just didn't take a short today. Wasn't interested, and I'm not interested in kind of fighting it out in the afternoon. This is the first time, you should make a note, by the way, where we did kind of have a failed range extension and we pushed back down. I find that very interesting. The other thing I find very interesting, and it's important to note, right, we did not get back below Globex highs, and that is a big deal. Okay, so don't get overly bearish. Now, tomorrow morning, if we open below 1840, we might have an argument that there might be a downside move coming. But the problem that people experience is they get into their minds that the market has to correct. And believe me, I would love it to correct. But they get into their mind that it must correct. And they start looking for reasons to confirm that bias. Don't do that. Instead, look at what the market's giving you and take it. Tomorrow morning, if we open below that Globex high, right, I promise you that'll most likely be my white zone. If we open below that Globex high, will be this 1841. And I would look for a push lower below there. But if we hold above, right, we can certainly get a retest of that 1856. And I don't even see why 1870 or 1880 is off the table, quite frankly. The last thing that I would want to leave you with is remember, look at the size of this range. I pointed it out if you want to see the video right below here in the market preview. Keep in mind the ranges, right? We've gone to a 20 to 30 point range intraday. Okay, today ES had a very strong day. Look at it from the low to the high, roughly. Actually, if you look at it from the open, prior day's close, 1834 all the way up to 1857, more than 20 points. Look at your chart tomorrow and look at 20 points away. 20 points away from here would put us at 1866 on the upside or at 1826 on the downside. Keep looking at both sides of the coin and don't be committed to one or the other. If you're a day trader, if you're a trader like I am, who cares? And this thing can gap down 100 points tomorrow. And guess what? It's no victory for me. I don't have a position on to make any money off of it. Same token, it can gap up 100. I don't care. All I care about is what is the opportunity set up intraday. First, I'm looking to protect my capital. Secondly, I'm looking to make my capital grow with select opportunities with high odds entries and exits. If I can get those, I'm very eager to take advantage. If I can't get those, I'm very eager to protect my capital. So keep that in mind. My name is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. The major objective of this is to present as simple as possible, straightforward structure to the market so that a trader can stop worrying about the ins and outs of where's the support and resistance levels and instead focus on what are those traders' skills as an individual and how can you develop your own trading mentality, your own structure, your own trading journals to make you become actually a professional, consistently profitable trader as opposed to a guy who's chasing trades all around, having a boom for 1 week and a bust the next week. That process really sucks. And no one likes to stay on it. So I don't know that I'm all that promotional. I try not to be. I am serious about making money. I only want to work with people who are interested in building their own trading accounts and becoming professional traders. So anyways, my name is Simon. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. If it was a bad day, journal. If it was a good day, journal. If you need help with this stuff and you don't want to hire a trading coach, Brett Steenbarger, Mark Douglas, those are two names you should be familiar with. Get their stuff. They print a lot of good stuff. Find a trading partner. Find someone who can help you through this process because this is not easy to do on your own. But once you turn those gears in the right direction, boys, there's a lot of money to be made. And it's a really, really wonderful blessing to have in your life to be able to make money and make your living from doing this kind of thing. So I hope this helps a couple of people. Hopefully tomorrow is just as great. I don't expect it, two home run days back to back, but who knows? Maybe we'll get it. Anyways, have a great night, guys. I will talk to y'all soon.